My wife and I had been having small arguments for months, but one evening, things exploded. She was frustrated about house chores, and in her anger, she snapped at me, "I'm not your maid." Her words cut deep, not because she was wrong, but because of how coldly she said it. I tried to brush it off, but instead of calming the situation, I made it worse. I looked at her and said, "Fine, I'll get another wife then." The words left my mouth sharp like a blade, and instantly, I knew I had gone too far. Her eyes widened in disbelief. She stared at me, as if I had just shattered everything we had built together. "Another wife? That's how little I mean to you," she whispered. I wanted to take back my words, but my pride wouldn't let me. Instead, I folded my arms and stayed silent, as though I had won the fight. But in truth, I had already lost something. The next few days were unbearable. She avoided me, barely spoke to me, and moved around the house like a stranger. Meals were quiet, and laughter had completely disappeared from our home. I told myself she would get over it, but deep down, I could see she was slipping further away. One evening, I came home to find her packing a small bag. My heart sank. She looked at me with red eyes, tired from crying. "You said you'd get another wife," she said flatly. "I won't stand in your way. I deserve better than being threatened with replacement." I froze. I had said it in anger, but now my careless words were costing me the love of my life. I begged her to stay, to forgive me, but she shook her head. "Do you even realize how much I've done for you? For us? And all you see me as is someone replaceable." Her voice broke, and I had no defense. I had taken her love and effort for granted, and now she no longer wanted to fight for us. For days after she left, the house felt like a graveyard. The silence was louder than ever. I noticed the little things she used to do, keeping my shirts ironed, leaving notes in my lunch, calling to remind me of my meetings. All the things I had brushed off as normal were gone, and I felt the weight of my selfishness crushing me. I tried calling her, sending messages, even going to her mother's house, but she refused to see me. Her family knew what I had said, and their disapproving eyes reminded me of my foolishness. I had reduced my marriage to a cruel joke, and now my wife saw me as someone unworthy of her love. One night, I sat alone at the dining table, staring at the empty chair across from me. My own words echoed in my head, "I'll get another wife." The irony was unbearable. I didn't want another wife. I only wanted her, the woman I had pushed away with arrogance. Weeks turned into months. She built her life without me, focusing on her career and healing. I watched from a distance, ashamed to approach her. Friends told me to move on, but I couldn't. Every time I thought about loving someone else, I remembered the look in her eyes that night, the mixture of pain and betrayal. Eventually, she agreed to meet me, not as a wife, but just to talk. I apologized sincerely, telling her I finally understood the depth of my mistake. "I never meant to make you feel small," I said. "I was angry and stupid, but I know that doesn't erase the hurt I caused." She listened quietly, her face unreadable. "Words have power," she finally said. "And yours destroyed my trust." Her voice was calm, but it carried the finality of someone who had already moved past the pain. I realized then that some wounds don't heal just because you apologize. I left that meeting broken but wiser. My careless threat had cost me the woman I loved most. I learned the hard way that marriage isn't about winning arguments, but about respect and kindness. And sometimes, one cruel sentence is enough to end a lifetime of love. Now, when people ask me why my marriage ended, I don't hide the truth. I tell them, I lost my wife, not because she wasn't good enough, but because I made her feel like she wasn't valued. And once love is replaced with pain, no apology can bring it back.